Hello, family and friends. Today we're going to be looking at some caladiums, working on a surprise pot, looking at some before and afters, a little maintenance, and looking at plants that grow in the sun, the shade, uh, looking at some updates. Hope you enjoy. Now, these caladiums are doing really good. We have a big areas of pink and red in the middle with those green margins, the paint splatter caladium. This is really nice how that pink goes along the veins of the leaf. And on this one, this is the flare caladium with those speckles, very splashy, and they are full sun. Really doing their thing. The white pearl caladium in here with the creeping Jenny. Now this pot here, oh, excuse me, the escalenta with the green veins. And when the sun shines through the back of that elephant ear, you can really see how green those veins are. 3 to 6 hours of morning sun, keep the soil moist. Mature size, 12 to 24 inches high, 12 to 18 wide. And everybody buys them for the foliage. Now, they do bloom occasionally, but it's not something that's very spectacular of a bloom. The leaves are more exciting than the blooms. Now here's a spent geranium bloom. We take that all the way back to the growth point and snap it off. Mixed in some pink and white. And these here, the zonal geraniums, two different types. And the one on the left has more of a round leaf with a dark plum center. And this one has like a lacy leaf. I was almost said serrated, but it's more of a you see the difference. This one is more round, and the other one is more like a oak leaf or um, different dips in it. We'll be pruning that later on, clipping those off, and we have our geranium. And with some tiny petunias, they haven't opened up, but we're gonna put in some slow release so these blooms will speed right on up. Got a nice red color on these geraniums, and they were half that side. They're filling that pot right on up. Our Thailand giants are here with a couple of garden phlox. And over here, this bed has really taken some changes. And a lot of people have wondered, how do I water all this stuff? We have a four-way irrigation here with like a shower head style sprinkler that just shoots up. And we put a few pots over here so that they could get some water. And it seems like this is coming out kind of hard. We adjust the flow of water so that it just stays inside the circle. Pretty easy, pretty easy. And over on this one, the this lever will water the bed that's right next to the back door. I'll have to turn the water down so that it stays inside the bed. See, none of this stuff is on timers, so I still have to come out and actually water. And to the left, this is what the ice plants look like when they're open. We planned on them like completely spreading through this bed, and we were just gonna have the vincas on the outside. We have a geranium here, a geranium basket to plant in here, where one of the dianthus is spent, and the flag. Got our cardinal and our other two birds there. The Diplodenia, Dusty Miller, Dragonfly Chime. This bed is exciting. Well, doing a little pulling weeds today. And at first I didn't want to show this, but I'm just keeping it real with you all. There's more to having a beautiful bed than just having a beautiful bed. You got to get out and do a little maintenance. And some of these weeds kind of got away from us. So I have to break out my trusty claw. One side there's a hoe, and I use the claws on the other side to sift through the mulch. And a lot of times in these beds, like if my mulch is thin, I'll pull it back, rake it back so that I can save the mulch, and I just pull it away from the weeds and then get up under the weeds with the claw. Then there's several spots here in this bed this whole bed was like covered with weeds. And I did do some filming. Well, I thought I was filming. There's a clip missing from this where I pulled back the mulch. But as you can see, the little pile of mulch behind it. See how it's piled up? I did that to keep from losing mulch while pulling weeds. And this layer of mulch is kind of thin, so we pulled it back so we could get the weeds, and we had got a lot out of this one. This bed kind of got away from us because we've been doing family stuff and had different things to take care of, but we got the opportunity to get it right today, definitely. So all the way around, we're just pulling weeds. I try to get all the way down to the root. See this pile of mulch here? Yeah, that's what we had to do. We piled it up and pulled it away from these edges here because they were completely covered in weeds. I had footage of that for somehow. I do believe I thought I was filming but didn't film. And we put a sharp edge on this all the way around with this escalenta, elephant ears, and we're just going to push this mulch back into place, and the weeds are gone. Thank goodness. I have to get out early around here because these areas are full sun, and we've been having some triple digit temperatures, and we try to get out early while it's, before the heat gets drastic. Yeah, and we have our slates all the way around, and we're going to spray those off. I can say one thing about those is I know there won't be any weeds where those are laying. So get all of those sprayed off, and Janice is going to add some more plants to the surprise pot. Looking at the leaves, and we see an area. She's digging gently in here to try not to cut any roots. And we know that these plants will fill this pot in, but we're going for the um, instant fullness in the pot. So we have this flash caladium, and it is doing fine. It's ready for a repot, and the roots have completely filled this pot, but it's not root bound. So what we did was I've already broken it in half, and we're going to take this half, which is the smaller one, and put into the pot to fill in that space. We didn't really mess with the roots because it's not root bound. So she's just going to push that down in there, turn it around to where it's, the most, or looks the best, and tuck in some soil. See, we have all types of little smaller leaves coming up, and these are really healthy. Yeah, we were glad to get these because we hadn't seen them in a while, and they got huge the last time we had them. Look at the roots. These roots are healthy, and we caught it in time just before they got root bound. These are the white marble caladiums. Gonna be filling this pot in, and the leaf, once she turns it around and gets it in place, it's gonna be nice and full. Really love the detail in these white marble, or these marble caladiums, and they go really good with the splashy texture of the red and green. Beautiful. Tuck it in this soil so that we don't have air pockets that are going to hold water on the roots too long. Got some good drainable soil in there with some Miracle Grow garden soil, because we wanted something to hold the water a little bit longer, but not too long. So we mix that with some native soil and a little bit of sand so that it's drainable. And I do believe they're going to do fine. We put in some slow release Miracle Grow. So this is the surprise pot. And in this spot that it was sitting, we had a few more caladiums, and we're going to put them all together in one hole. Make something bigger. With some soil. Going to pull this mulch back, put in some soil, and I can always cut the front edge. They are going to do just fine, because this is a nice full sun area that's going to get plenty of sun. And the soil, well, down here, this soil is kind of sandy, so I'm going to dig the hole twice the size. And wow, I could be using this doggone pot that's here. Hang on a second. See how sandy this is? So we're going to go with this Miracle Grow garden soil, and I'll just pull it out of the way so that we have the soil completely surrounding the root ball. So once I put these three plants together, I have a whole plant here and a partial. Look at the roots on this. Let me see. Now, this is not quite root bound, and the soil is ready to go. So I just kind of loosen the roots a little bit, not much. Get these in place. And I'm going to put these here to one side. I'm going to put those pearl caladiums in the middle. And we'll have the other partial splash caladium to the other side. So this is what we're going to go with, and I know it's going to do fine because it gets plenty of sunlight. And we'll put this big leaf right here so it'll be in the focal point. So when you glance over here, you get that mixture of colors. You get that big leaf sitting there, and it is gorgeous. Shake some of this mixed soil here around so that it's drainable. And there we go. Now all I have to do is just push the mulch back in place, and it's going to be just fine. Get it situated. Make sure I don't have it up against the stem. And the mulch, once I get that around, it's going to look just like it's been there all the time. If you like this content, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. The like lets the YouTube know that to keep playing our videos, and the subscribe button lets you know when they'll be posted. Enjoy your day.